Olá pessoal, bem-vindos a mais um vídeo aqui do canal, eu sou o Barba. Eu tava acompanhando ali, né, eu estou assistindo ao vivo a abertura da nova temporada de League of Legends e... Mano, essa animação tá muito foda, sério, na moral, muito foda. A única observação é que a Caixa de novo, a Caixa já teve um momento dela. O LoL tem 200 campeão, coloca uns campeão diferentes nas animações, né? Que isso, gente? O Olaf também, o Olaf já foi utilizado no evento da ruína. Coloca os campeão diferente. Eu gostei muito de ver a Thalia.
Hey folks, I'm Andre, Game Director of League of Legends.
A Thalia e a
On behalf of the entire dev team,
Sejuani.
thank you for tuning in from around the world to help us kick off the next year of League together.
Né?
This year,
O
we're focusing on the thing that
Volibear.
keeps us coming back to League. Whether you play on
Coloca
PC,
umas pessoas
mobile,
novas, gente.
or are a die-hard esports fan, we want to
Tem
give you
tantos
more
campeão
ways to
que
join
tem
in the
nesse
competition
jogo.
across League's ecosystem. No matter if your focus is on climbing the ranked ladder, mastering your main,
Esse
or cheering
novo
on your favorite
rank,
team, there should be something
a
for you
imagem
to
do
look forward
rank
to
pra
this
mim
season.
ficou muito
Now,
podre.
today we'll hear from folks on League PC, Wild Rift, and esports, as we share some of our plans for the new year.
Mas a animação no geral tá
So,
muito
let's jump
foda
right into
pra
it.
caralho.
I'm
Na
gonna hand
moral.
things over to the League team, who will
Muito
share a
bom.
sneak peek at some of the new champions, skins, and gameplay changes headed your way.
Hey everybody, I'm Brightmoon. Here for the
Esse
gameplay
homem,
team
ele...
on League of Legends.
Todos os
And I'm
pronunciamentos
thrilled
da
to
Riot
welcome
que ele
you all to
aparece,
season 2022.
parece que ele tá tão feliz, parece que ele ama
Let's get
tanto
things started
trabalhar na
with a quick
Riot
recap
Games
of the changes we
sabe
made
aquela
this
pessoa que
preseason.
acorda de manhã, nossa, mais um dia de trabalho na empresa, parece que ele é tão feliz trabalhando.
Over the last few years, we've usually used preseason to make big changes to one of League's
Esse item é
underlying
bem bom, eu
systems,
gosto.
such
Esse
as
item
items,
também é bem bom, eu
runes,
gosto.
or the Elemental Rift. With this preseason, we wanted to look at
Eles
all of our
mudaram
systems and make smaller, targeted improvements
Os
across the
dragões,
board.
eu gostei bastante dos dragões
So,
também.
we added some items, like a new tank mythic for supports who want to dive into the action, and a new mage mythic for champs who need some help surviving burst damage. There are also new legendaries for tanks, mages, and assassins. You'll see some adjustments to keystone runes, including lethal tempo, which now grants ramping attack speed and increases your attack range. Glacial
ritmo fatal ficou
Augment fires
muito
multiple
bom.
slow rays that also reduce enemy damage. And
Eu
prototype
sou
Omnistone has retired.
levemente mono
Taking its
West,
place
então
is a
eu
brand new
gostei muito
keystone,
da
First Strike,
mudança da
which
atualização
amplifies your
do...
damage and grants gold if you're the one
Ah,
to,
achei.
well, strike
Podia ter
first.
trocado o Olaf pela
Beyond items
Ashe,
and
né?
runes, we've
Lá
also
no-
expanded
na
the bounty
cinemática.
system with the addition
Eu queria
of
tanto
objective
ver minha
bounties.
Ashe, que eu gosto muito dela.
These give your team
Numa
additional
cinemática
gold
assim,
for taking
bem
epic monsters or
fodona,
turrets
sabe?
if you fall behind. And finally, my personal favorite, dragons.
Eu gostei dos dois dragões
First up is the
novos
new
também.
Hextech Dragon.
Já tem
whose
vídeo
soul
aqui
gives
no
your
canal
autos
de
and
quando
abilities
saiu
a
o
chain slow
lançamento.
effect. When she takes over the rift, Hextech gates appear in set locations that transport you around the map. And then there's her sister, the Chemtech Dragon. This dragon's soul
A
lets
irmã?
you keep on
Então
fighting
são
even
dragoas.
after death. And when she putrefies the rift, camouflage zones appear in the jungle. While these changes are expanding systems, rather than overhauling them, they should still have an impact on your games. We're excited to see your new outplays and big brain strategies,
Não parece que ele tá tão
especially now that
feliz?
LP's back on the line and pro play is kicking off soon. As always, we'll be keeping an eye on things, and we'll continue making
Hoje
adjustments
já abriu
in
a
the months
temporada
ahead.
nova, viu, pessoal? Então vamos
Now
lá,
let's talk
vamos lá
about some
fazer
of the new
suas
changes you'll see this
MD10
year.
e chorar.
We've been talking about creating more ways to express your personality and achievements as League players for a while now. For some of you, ranked is how you define progress.
Eu não gostei
But
desses...
for those of you who aren't focused on the climb, there haven't always been good
Eu
ways
achei
to show off
pobre.
your
Achei
accomplishments.
não. Eu...
So
Pra mim
this
tá
year,
pobre,
we're launching a
sabe?
new
Tá
way for you to
pobre.
express yourself in League.
Tá
Something that
pequeno,
probably looks familiar
tá
are the redesigned ranked crests. But if you don't want to
minúsculo.
intimidate your
Eu vi
friends with your
o...
challenger crest, or maybe your gold
o-
one doesn't really match your favorite icon, then we have good news. You'll finally be able to choose your level border from any of the ones you've already collected.
O...
Now let's get to
O
the
vídeo
really new
da
stuff.
Brini, né? A Brini
Challenges.
falando sobre... Eu concordei
Challenges
com tudo
track
que
your
ela disse,
progress
tá muito
in League in
pequeno.
ways that aren't tied to specific champions. Like
Primeiro
winning the
foi a
perfect
loja
game,
que ficou pequena,
soloing Baron,
né? Os
and
itens
even dancing with
minúsculos.
Shelly as the enemy
Aí
nexus
agora é o
explodes.
perfil.
Each challenge levels up from Iron to Challenger as you make progress. So if you're the best at sniping dragons from the enemy team, or maybe your vision control is unmatched, now you can finally prove it. You can showcase any 3 challenges you'd like in loading screens and game lobbies, and you can track all of your progress on your profile. There are 5 categories of challenges. Veterancy challenges track stuff you achieve mostly by playing League over time, like earning mastery points, securing first bloods, and dodging skill shots. The next group is expertise. Whereas veterancy gets you points for playing a lot, expertise asks you to do it with finesse. This includes mechanical and technical skills, like dodging multiple skill shots in a row, fully stacking mage eyes before 20 minutes, or stealing the enemy jungler's buffs. Teamwork and strategy challenges reward you for mastermind plays and working together as a team. Winning games with an open nexus, getting kills by roaming, and winning clash games are all good examples.
Tá.
If you like showing off the things you've
É
collected,
interessante
or maybe you
colocar
just take
essas...
pride in being a
Porque
completionist,
o
then the collection
LoL
category
hoje em
is for
dia,
you.
ele é como se fosse um
Collection challenges
portfólio.
include things like
O LoL ele é
unlocking
muito um
skins and summoner
portfólio hoje em
icons,
dia. Então eu acho que
rekindling eternals,
pra mim é
and even
interessante
progressing
você
through other
ter
challenges.
todas essas informações no seu perfil,
And
porque de
finally,
repente se você
imagination
for
challenges
competir,
track
for
some of
entrar
the
em
more
algum
unique
tipo de
things you do in
competição,
League.
desafio, alguma
Hitting
coisa assim,
snowballs
você
in
consegue,
ARAM, surviving a fight with a single digit of health, and taking down
por
enemies in your own
exemplo,
fountain
quando você
are
vai
just
entrar
a few
numa empresa,
examples.
você mostra o seu currículo.
Like with
Quando você
individual
vai
challenges,
alguma coisa
your
relacionada ao
performance
LoL,
in
você
each
mostra o seu
category
perfil que
also
vai estar
ranks
lá,
up,
né?
from
Todas as
iron to
informações.
challenger.
Na minha visão isso
So
é
if you swear
interessante.
you're a mechanical god with moves like Mako, now you have a way to prove it. In addition to these 5 categories, there are also legacy challenges, which are earned by being part of historic League moments or are only progressible during set periods of time. Some challenges track your progress within each season, and there's even one that shows if you're a battle-scarred player who's been here since beta. The progress you make across all challenges feeds into your challenge crystal, which upgrades as you go. Certain challenges also come with regional leaderboards,
Esse
which work
rolê
a
de
lot like the ranked
cristal,
ones.
e conforme, né,
There's
você
a
vai
limited number of Grandmaster
passando o
and
tempo,
Challenger
já
slots, so
existe
you'll
em
need to
outros
keep
lugares,
making
né?
progress to hold on to that rank. Finally, you can show the world you've completed some of the more difficult challenges with titles, which are earned when you hit certain milestones. For example, winning a lot with an open nexus will earn you the title The Comeback Kid. Other titles include KDA Player, Flame Horizon, and Unkillable Demon King. All of the identity changes will be rolling out over the next few months, and we'll continue adding more new challenges throughout the year. Before I go, I've got a quick note to share with you on Ranked this season. Last year, we softened the Ranked reset so that you'd start closer to where you ended the year before. But it ended up being a little bit too soft. Some of you who dove headfirst into Ranked started losing more LP than you were gaining because your rank overtook your MMR too quickly. And that sucks. This season, we're resetting ranks to a more traditional degree, and paired with tuning adjustments we made last year, your MMR and LP will stay closer together, making your climb smoother throughout 2022.
Interessante,
That's all I have to share with you today.
interessante. Ter o
I hope the new year
MMR
brings
comparado
you a
com
little joy, lots of LP, and endless
os
fun with friends.
PDLs.
Thank you so much for
É
watching.
interessante. Gostei. Vamos ver na prática como funciona, mas aparentemente é interessante. Porque às vezes você tá ganhando, você começa a cair com um monte de time bosta
Hey
e aí
everyone,
cai lá pra
I'm
baixo.
John, aka Bellissimo, the product lead for personalization and events on League of Legends.
Não no meu caso, porque eu
Let's
sou
jump right
ruim,
into our
né?
plans for the new year.
Mas eu gosto de jogar o jogo.
Okay, we've been talking about improving League's event passes for years, but it's actually happening in 2022, for real this time. This summer, we're launching a new event pass that should make your progress and rewards
Olha a
easier to follow.
quantidade de informação que
Event
tem
tokens
nessa
are still at
tela.
the heart of the system, but you'll earn from a new rewards track. Play matches and complete missions to make progress, and collect emotes, loot, and essences all along the way. Then, like
Isso já
today,
acontece no
convert your
TFT,
tokens
né?
for the rewards
Acontece
that
no
you care about the
Runeterra.
most, like exclusive
Então,
promos
vai ser o
or the
mesmo
event's
esquema
prestige
pro
scope.
LoL conforme você for passando
Over the
os
past
passes.
year, we've experimented with some bigger adjustments, but something that we've heard from you all is that the power to choose your rewards with tokens is something you really like about League's event system. So rather than reinvent the wheel, we focused on making event progress clear and more satisfying. Now, if you were watching closely, you may have noticed a new type of essence in the reward track. Along with the new event pass, we're also going to be completely revamping League's mythic content, which includes Hextech skins, prestige skins, and gemstones. The new purple essence you saw is Mythic Essence. which will replace gemstones and prestige points as League's main rare currency moving forward.
Tá, então eles vão
You'll be able to
tirar
get Mythic Essence in all of the same
tirar as
places you get
gemas
gemstones
e
and prestige points today.
os pontos de
Mythic
prestígio e
Essence
transformar
never
numa
expires.
coisa só.
When
Interessante, é
Mythic
menos
Essence launches in
informação.
a few months, gemstones and prestige points will retire. Until then, the final prestige point shop will remain open, so be sure to spend all your points because they won't transfer over. Gemstones, on the other hand, will be automatically converted into Mythic Essence, so feel free to hoard them to your heart's content.
Fica menos
You'll be
rolê pra
able to
fazer.
use your Mythic Essence in the new rotating Mythic shop, which has an assortment of different goodies, but two main types of skins. We've consistently heard that Hextech skins just really aren't hitting the mark for a skin line that's supposed to be rare and valuable. So we've decided to introduce seasonal mythics. Seasonal mythics will have a new thematic each year. For 2022, we're developing Ashen Knights, where ancient warriors once fought to rid the world of magic, but instead witnessed their kingdom fall to ash, darkness, and
Quem
ruin.
que é esse? É o Garen?
Another thing we've heard from you all is that
Gostei
it sucks
não.
if you missed your chance
Já
to get
começou
prestige skins
mal.
for your main. Maybe you took a break from League or just didn't have the time to get Prestige Arcade Caitlyn. When the new Mythic shop launches, you'll finally have a second shot to unlock past Prestige skins. Each month, the Mythic shop will feature a new set of unvaulted Prestiges. You won't find the newest Prestige skins here, but once they've been out for at least a year, any Prestige can show up in the shop.
Legal,
There's
legal.
also a special call-out for 2018 and 2019 Prestige skins. Back then, once an event ended, those skins were only available through a lucky loot roll. There was no end-of-year chance to unlock them with prestige points. We're going to bring back prestige skins from 2018 and 2019, but to recognize the
Interessante, pra
investment
galera
that
que gosta de
OG
colecionar
owners,
skin, é
we're creating
legal.
an updated version of each of these skins, which will be free for everyone who already owns it. This updated version won't be available in the shop, and it's just a way for us to acknowledge your early commitment. We've heard that prestige skins sometimes feel like fancy gold chromas that just aren't
Eu
worth the
sempre.
grind. So
Essas.
shortly after the new Mythic shop
É
opens,
muito
we're gonna be
preguiçoso
buffing the
na
time
minha
and effort we
visão.
put
A
into
maioria
prestige
dessas
skins.
reformulação
This
de
includes a
skin,
unique splash
assim,
art
que eles
and
tipo
brand new VFX,
muda a
and other
cor
ways to accessorize your
e
prestige skin that'll be released
segue a
this year.
vida.
Finally, we're also introducing a new feature called Loot Milestones, which give you bonus rewards from opening set amounts of loot. There are two types of milestones on the way. One is a repeatable track that you can complete over and over by opening Masterwork chests. The other is a one-time track with an exclusive prestige skin at the end of it, and is only available alongside smaller events without event passes. Our goal with all of these changes is to make League's Mythic content better for everyone, in terms of clarity, choice, and rewards. There's a lot more detail than what I'm mentioning here, so we'll also be releasing an explainer where you can dig into the nuts and bolts of everything.
O LoL fazendo você estudar, né? E ler as coisas.
There are no plans for a League of Legends 2, so we're committed to updating the game.
Tá,
over
eles não
time
querem
as part
fazer
of a
LoL
broader
2.
effort to modernize your experience
Até porque o LoL
on
já é
your
LoL
favorite
2, né?
champions. Last year, we shipped a major update to Caitlyn, modernizing her base skin, animations, and VFX, as well as most of her skins and splashes. This year,
O rework
we're
da
focusing on
Caitlyn
Ahri,
ficou muito
one of our
bom.
older yet most popular champs in League.
Eles vão
She doesn't have back
atualizar a
animations,
Ahri também.
and the animations that she does have just feel extremely dated, not only for her base skin, but for all epic skins that use this same foundation. You can expect to see a Caitlyn level update for Ahri later this year.
Atualização da Ahri, legal.
That's all I've got for today. Wait, you didn't seriously think I'd leave without showing you some of our skins and thematics that we're working on, did you?
Vamos
In
lá.
previous years,
Vamos lá,
we've listed out
Riot.
champions that haven't gotten a skin in more than 1,000 days, called the 1,000 Day Club. That list is pretty short today, but we want it to be gone for good. Now, I'm sure there's somebody out there furiously writing up a post in Gangplank Main saying, Riot literally hates this champ. But
Ainda
hold
bem que
up.
eles sabem.
Let's look at the list of champs that are going to see some love this
Eles
year.
sabem o que a gente fala
Gangplank,
deles.
Fiddlesticks, Rek'Sai,
Fiddlesticks legal.
Trundle, Rel, Orianna,
Oriana
and the
legal.
Donger.
Heimerdinger legal.
Of course, there will be more that aren't listed here, but if you're starving for a skin, hang in there. We know that you're counting the days.
Eles estão lançando
and we are
também
too.
1000 skins por ano, né?
Now, in terms of thematics,
Tá
we're going to be revisiting a few
Tá um pouco
popular ones this
saturado.
year, like High Noon
Velho Oeste é
Guardians.
ótima.
and Bees. We're always looking for opportunities to bring back older universes in new ways.
Essa é a Oriana?
This time around, we found some inspiration looking at an old standalone skin and reimagining it in a world
Pare
that
de
could exist
transformar as bonecas,
Set in a
os
near
bonecos em
future,
humano,
dying
Riot Game.
Earth.
Que bosta!
Humanity faces resource shortages and the deadly
Eu não
invasion
quero
of an
boneco
ancient
humano, eu quero
high-tech
boneco
army.
monstro.
In one final attempt to save themselves, the world bands together to create their only hope for survival. A superpower warrior armed with incredible technology, the Battle Bunny. Anima Squad has everything you'd expect to see in a futuristic thematic, like sleek, high-tech armor, powerful warriors, and cute animals. You'll also see a familiar face return in a new state-of-the-art outfit. Speaking of
Como chama aquele jogo? Free Fire?
We need your help choosing which thematic
O LoL
we
tá
should
virando
modernize next.
ao invés dos outros jogos se inspirarem no LoL,
You can vote for which
é o
thematic
LoL que
you
tá
want to see revamped the
copiando
most,
outros
from
jogos. Isso me
Infernal,
deixa muito
Gothic,
incomodado.
or Arclight. Infernal is all about fire as a power fantasy. If we were to reignite this thematic, we'd want to deepen or expand what that fantasy looks like. Gothic is a thematic that we haven't touched in a decade, before thematics were even really a thing. So we'd really want to create a universe for it, on par with today's skin lines.
Legal, interessante.
And finally, there's Arclight. If Arclight wins, we'd want to magnify its core themes of divine light,
Vai ter votação,
justice,
né?
and order to make it feel even grander.
Eu
You
gosto
can
da
vote for which thematic
temática
you'd
gosto.
most like to see revamped in the League client this week. Just like last year, even if the thematic you chose doesn't win, it doesn't mean that it's never coming back. Speaking of which, Monster Tamers, the third place in last year's thematic vote, will be coming out later this year. Finally, our first new thematic of the year will be a celebration of the Lunar New Year.
O Ano Novo Lunar, tá. Então, como eu falei no vídeo que eu imaginei que...
In addition to porcelain, we're also going to be revisiting a well-loved favorite this year. All right, fam.
A porcelana e os fogos de
today.
artifício fazem parte do Ano Novo Lunar, tá?
How thankful I am that I get to be here and represent the hard work of our teams.
Tem vídeo aí no canal, tá?
The only reason we're able to continue to invest
Falando
into
sobre
League year
essas
over year is
skins,
because of you and your
porcelana
support.
e o
Thanks for
fogos de
playing.
artifício. Então vai lá ver se você quiser.
Hi, I'm Ryan Reeve Morales, lead on the Champions team at Riot.
Tá,
I'm here today
campeão.
to talk to you about our plans for Champions in 2022. Now, in the last roadmap, I shared that we'd be pushing the next 2 Champion releases into 2022. At the time, we weren't sure how it would impact our schedule, but now we have a clearer picture, so I'd like to share an update. Our goal last year was to release a champion for every lane, with the exception of mid, which would be receiving 2.
Tem que parar de lançar campeão pro mid.
It became clear that we
Puta
wouldn't
que
be able
pariu,
to target
você
the
coloca
same goal for
o
2022, while
o
still
ADC
giving each
lá,
champion
tem
the time
3,
and
4
attention
linhas de
they would
ADC.
need. So we'll be
Esse jogo é
slowing down
muito
a little.
desequilibrado. Por isso que ninguém
But we
quer
wanna
jogar
get
de ADC.
champions out
Não
for
tem
as many of
campeão
you
pra
as
isso.
possible. It's more important to us that we release champions when they are ready, even if that means we don't hit a specific quota for the year. Take last year, for example, when we delayed Vex to build out her tech. We were worried about disappointing you all, but when we saw your reaction to her release, we knew we made the right call. We know it feels bad to wait over a year for a new champion to play, so we're still gonna aim for a spread of champions for each lane over a multi-year basis. We just might not hit every role every year. We will probably still make more champions for mid lane, so we can try to hit a good split between mages and assassins.
Para!
Now
Eles
let's
querem...
talk about some of the new champions
Caramba,
coming
velho,
this
isso me
year.
deixa um pouco decepcionado, porque como eu jogo de ADC, só vem campeão que... Essa campeã nova, eu ia trazer vídeo pro canal, mas ainda bem que eu não trouxe. Eu vi esse vídeo por cima e eu vou aproveitar e dar a minha opinião. Eu vi o vídeo da Brini, tá? E eu concordo com tudo que a Brini disse. Eu não gostei desse vídeo dela, inclusive. Tá estranho pra mim. Tá uma vibe PlayStation. Não que isso seja ruim, mas é que tá vazio, tá sem roteiro. Tem outros vídeos de campeões que o Riot já lançou que são tão incríveis. E esse pra mim, sabe o que lembra? Sabe aquele joguinho de celular que você vai correndo e você tem que pular por cima dos trens? Parece aquilo pra mim. E essa campeã, ela não tem nada de novo. Todas as skills dela são skills que outros campeões já têm, né? Ela tem um dash, ela pula a parede, ela tem um campo magnético que é igual ao do Blitz. Ela tem um W ali que é tipo da Jinx. Ela tem o auto-ataque que parece o da Jinx também.
Change of plans.
Ela pula
Let's
parede
make sure
tipo o
we
Talon.
go out
Ou o Talon, ou a Kali. Ela ganha escudo.
intense.
Que pariu, velho. Faz alguma coisa, traz coisa nova. Ela parece uma das campeãs daquele jogo. Eu esqueci o nome daquele jogo. Que você vai correndo e tem que pegar a moeda e você vai pulando em cima dos trens.
Not again.
So our first new
E eu não
champion this
queria
year is
isso.
Zeri, an electrifying neon-colored ADC from Zaun. Zeri's a hyperactive bot lane carry whose kit takes inspiration from shooters, specifically from machine guns and assault rifles. She has a pretty unique playstyle for an ADC. So instead of auto-attacking, her
Eu fico
Q is a
feliz que é
skill
uma
shot that she
campeã,
uses
né,
to do everything other
pra
bot laners would use
jogar
their
ADC,
auto-attacks for. Zeri
mas
still
ela não
has
tem
an
nada de
auto-attack, it's just not her
novo,
primary way to farm,
sabe?
do damage,
Assim,
or
é
take
mais
objectives.
uma
It's meant to be used
que tá
sparingly,
usando
just the right moment.
kits.
Her auto attacks also count as spells. This means that they could trigger item effects that normally trigger with spells instead of autos. This leads to a rapid-fire play pattern that we hope
Aí
is
é
unique from
Caim
other champions.
com Talon
Basically,
com a
if you want to
Kali.
play Zeri, my advice is to never stop moving. The next
Ela ganha
champion we'll be releasing
velocidade
this year
conforme
is
ela
a
vai
new
fazendo as coisas
enchanter.
igual a Jinx.
When we were thinking about the type of support we wanted to
Hi,
make,
Riot.
we looked at the Enchanter cast overall. There were a lot of lighthearted,
Em comparação-
colorful,
em comparação
good-aligned champions there. And we felt
Com
support
esse
players
homem do
deserve
outro
something
homem,
more
parece que ele não tá
sinister
tão
and
feliz de
dark
trabalhar não.
to
Parece que ele acorda e
balance
fala
out
assim,
that cheery
nossa,
brightness in the
mais
role.
dia.
We also wanted to make a champion whose theme and kit make support players feel like the boss that they are. All you support players know what I'm talking about. Those damage carries always get all the credit, but it's always
Não leva
been
não,
you,
a DC é
behind the
uma,
scenes.
uma role que
Keeping them
atualmente tá
alive with your
muito
buffs,
lixo. Então o
constantly
suporte
saving them from
tem
certain
muito mais
death.
respeito
How
do
could
que
they
o
make all
ADC
those
hoje em
sick
dia.
plays without you? And if any of you support players out there know what I'm talking about, then I think you're gonna go berserk over this new enchanter. So after the new dark support, we
I see it.
Nossa,
I see everything.
que atuação bosta.
The Lavender Sea.
É um...
Purple cities cover the land.
É um...
She rules over it all.
É do vazio?
My Empress. This is what Runeterra should be. Its true form. The city of Belfast shall fall first. Beautiful Remora swimming endlessly through cities of lavender. Overwhelming everything in her
Vai ter um monstro do vazio? Eu queria muito... Eu tô muito aguardando o momento que eles vão abordar os observadores.
where am I?
Filming season start? You were kind of rambling, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Where was I in the script?
You were just getting ready
O olho dele é bonito.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So after the new support, we've been hard at work on a terrifying new jungler who's ramping up to swarm the rift later this year. I'll just leave it at that for now, since just talking about it is starting to bring back that uneasy feeling. So that's all for new champions, but what about VGUs? Later this year, we're releasing the champion you all voted for last year, Udyr. We have a dev blog coming out today that dives deeper into his update.
Tá, atualização
But
do
we do have
Udyr.
one small change that we wanted to share here. We know that Udyr's antlers weren't really hitting the mark for many of you, even after the tweaks. And once we got them in game, we also realized they weren't really needed for a unique silhouette. So we removed them. Goodbye, antlers. Be sure to check out the
Legal,
dev
nossa,
blog
o Udyr tá
to see
muito...
all the awesome progress that the team has made
Né?
so far on Udyr.
Tá interessante,
But
vamos
that's
ver.
not all the news
Tá
for you
interessante.
VGU fans out there. We will also have a new vote going live today, where we will once again ask you all to vote for a champion to receive a VGU next year. So Shyvana, Nocturne, and Skarner will be returning, but they'll be joined by some new contenders, with Tryndamere and Kog'Maw. Make sure to check out the poll to learn
Shyvana
more
tá
about
todo
why we
ano,
chose
né?
these 5 champions,
Pro rework,
as well
a
as our
mulher.
design goals for each of them. And that just about wraps
Entre
it up
essas
for what we want
opções,
to
eu
share
acredito
today.
que
But before we go, here's a quick teaser for a new, very mysterious, non-traditional bot lane champion we'll be whipping out later this year. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to check out our newest champion Zeri on PBE or when she releases in a few weeks. I'll see you on the Rift.
Legal, legal. Deu uma hypada,
Hello everyone, Alan here from the Wild Rift team to share a first look at what we have in
Bom,
store
eles vão
for
falar
you.
de Wild Rift, a Wild Rift eu não jogo, não é muito a minha vibe. Então pessoal, esse foi o vídeo, muito obrigado por você que assistiu o vídeo até aqui. Eu vou continuar aqui assistindo o que tá acontecendo, mas curte, comenta, compartilha, se inscreve, deixa aí a sua opinião sobre essa nova temporada. E é isso pessoal, muito obrigado e até a próxima.